आज का हमारा टॉपिक है एनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री। तो एनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री में हम सबसे पहले पढ़ेंगे एनालिसिस। ठीक है, हम क्या पढ़ेंगे? एनालिसिस। नाउ व्हाट इज एनालिसिस? द एनालिसिस इज अ डिटर्मिनेशन of the chemical components in a given sample. ठीक है, what is analysis? The determination of the chemical components in a given sample. Analysis are of two types, that is qualitative and quantitative. ठीक है ना? When we are talking about qualitative analysis, it involves the identification of the unknown substances, and whereas quantitative analysis, it involves the determination of composition of a mixture. Now when we are talking about qualitative analysis, when we are talking about qualitative analysis, we require reagent. And what is a reagent? Reagent is a substance that reacts. Reagent is a substance that reacts with another substance. Okay, here we will take alkalis, that is NaOH and NH4OH. NaOH is a strong alkali and NH4OH means ammonium hydroxide is a weak alkali, and both of them, they're important laboratory reagents. Understood? So sodium hydroxide is a strong alkali, whereas ammonium hydroxide is a weak alkali. They are used as a reagent because they give a characteristic. ठीक है, क्या करता है? characteristic test with various metal cations, and thus the cations can be identified. ठीक है, so they give a characteristic test with the various metal cation, and thus the cation can be identified. Now next we will do colors of the salt and their solution. Color of the salt and their solution. ठीक है ना? हम क्या करेंगे? Next we will do color of the salt and their solution. Now here the salt of representative elements of periodic table. ठीक है ना? So salt or representative elements of periodic table, that is from 1 to 17 when we talk. First we will take elements of group 1, 2 and 13 to 17. ठीक है, they are generally colorless. They are generally colorless. Now when we take elements that is from group 13 to 12, they are also known as transition element. So here they are generally colored. ठीक है, तो element of group 1, 2 and from 13 to 17 they are generally colorless, whereas the transition element of group 13 to 12 they are generally colored. So here the different colors of a colored salt help in their identification during qualitative analysis. Okay, now we will give I will give you example of certain colorless and colored ions. First we will take कलरलेस आइंस. ठीक है, पहले हम कलरलेस आइंस लेंगे, दैट आर कैटाइंस. अमोनियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, एल्यूमिनियम, lead and zinc. They are example of colorless ions. Then next is colorless ion, that are anions. Example is chloride ion, sulfate ion, carbonate ion, nitrate ion, bicarbonate, sulfide ion, bromide and acetate ion. Now colored ion, they are very important. Colored ions are very important because they are very helpful in the identification during qualitative analysis. First we will take cations. Now the example are cupric, blue cupric ion, then ferrous, light green, then ferric, yellowish green, then nickel, green, then chromium ions, green, then manganese, pink. Now colored ions, we are taking anions. We are taking anions here. Permanganate ions, pink or purple. Then dichromate ions, orange. Then chromate ions, yellow. So these are the example of colorless and colored ions. Now, whenever there is a action of alkali, okay, there is action of alkali on a salt solution, action of alkali on a salt solution, it result in a formation of metal hydroxide in a form of PPT, and salt is formed in solution. Now here another important process is precipitation. What is precipitation? It is a process of formation of insoluble solid when solutions are mixed. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या होगा? It is a process of formation of insoluble solid when solution are mixed, and this insoluble solid, ठीक है, this insoluble solid is called precipitate. This insoluble solid is called precipitate. Now, we will do action of NaOH solution on certain metallic salt solutions. Understood? तो हम यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे? हम यहाँ पे एल्कली, कौन सा एल्कली लेंगे हम? NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. It is added drop by drop to the solution of metallic salt solution. Okay, so here the sodium hydroxide, it is added drop by drop to the solution of metallic salt, and after the reaction metal hydroxide precipitates, and this color of the precipitate identifies the metal ion. Understood? मैं दोबारा से रिपीट कर रही हूँ, ठीक है ना? What we will do, we will take alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, and it is added drop by drop to the solution of the metallic salt, and we will get metal hydroxide as a precipitate, and the color of this precipitate, it will identify the metal ion. ठीक है ना? And you will see that certain and some precipitate metallic hydroxide, they dissolve in excess of sodium hydroxide solution to give a soluble compound. ठीक है ना? ये जो metallic hydroxide है, जो आपका जो metallic hydroxide है, ये you will see that this will here you will see that metal hydroxide precipitate is formed, and some of the precipitated metallic hydroxide, it dissolve in excess of NaOH, and they gives soluble compound. Understood? Now we will do various reactions of caustic soda with salt solution. First reaction we will do with calcium salt. Calcium salts. Here we'll take calcium nitrate, calcium nitrate is colorless. We will add caustic soda drop by drop. Caustic soda is also colorless. Reaction will take place and we will get white ppt of calcium hydroxide. White ppt of calcium hydroxide, which is spangly soluble in excess NaOH. In addition, we will get colorless sodium nitrate. So here we are getting white ppt of calcium hydroxide spangly soluble in excess NaOH. Next we will take iron metal. Iron. In iron, first we will take ferrous salt. Now here we will take ferrous sulfate. It's pale green in color. We will add caustic soda drop by drop. It's colorless. Reaction will take place, and here we will get dirty green gelatinous ppt of ferrous hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess NaOH. In addition to this, we will get colorless sodium sulfate. With ferrous salt, we will get dirty green gelatinous ppt of ferrous hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess NaOH. Now we'll take ferric salt. we will take ferric chloride. It is yellow in color, and we will add caustic soda, which is colorless. A reaction will take place, and here we will get reddish brown ppt of ferric hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess alkali NaOH. In addition to it, we will get NaCl, that is sodium chloride, colorless. With ferrous salt, we will get reddish brown ppt of ferric hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess alkali NaOH. Now we'll take copper salt. We will take copper sulfate. It is blue in color. We will add caustic soda, which is colorless. Reaction will take place. We will get pale blue ppt, pale blue ppt of copper hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess alkali NaOH. Understood? Here we are getting pale blue ppt of calcium hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess of alkali. In addition to that, we are getting sodium sulfate, which is colorless. Then now we'll take zinc salt. Now, when zinc sulfate reacts with caustic soda, is also colorless, we will see that white gelatinous ppt of zinc hydroxide is formed in addition to colorless sodium sulfate. This white gelatinous this white gelatinous PPT of zinc hydroxide. It is soluble in excess NaOH. Now when we dissolve this zinc hydroxide in excess NaOH, it forms a colorless sodium zincate. Colorless sodium zincate. So here white gelatinous PPT of zinc hydroxide, it dissolves in excess NaOH and it forms colorless sodium zincate. Okay. So here we can say with excess of NaOH, PPT dissolves. With excess of NaOH, PPT dissolves. Next we are taking here is a lead salt. We are taking here is the lead salt. We are taking here lead salt 2 plus iron. Now we are taking lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is colorless. Here we are taking lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is colorless. Now we will add sodium hydroxide. Here we will take lead nitrate, that is colorless, and we will add caustic soda. The reaction will take place and we will get white chalky PPT of lead hydroxide. We will get white chalky PPT of lead hydroxide and colorless sodium nitrate. Now this white chalky PPT dissolves in, or we can say soluble in excess NaOH. Now we'll take lead hydroxide and excess of caustic soda. And we will get colorless sodium plumbite. Colorless sodium plumbite. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे वी हैव टेकन lead nitrate. It is reacted with sodium hydroxide. We will get white chalky PPT of lead hydroxide, which is soluble in excess of sodium hydroxide. And when excess of sodium hydroxide is added to lead hydroxide, it will give a colorless sodium plumbide. So we can say that with excess of NaOH, PbOH whole twice PPT dissolves. And this one important information is that white PPT of lead hydroxide is readily soluble in acetic acid. Now we will do ammonium salt, that is NH4. Now when sodium hydroxide is heated with ammonium salt, we have taken 2 ammonium salt. First is ammonium chloride and second is ammonium sulfate. We will get, in first equation we will get NaCl plus water plus ammonia. In second equation we will get sodium sulfate plus water plus ammonia. Balance here. Here we will get, in first equation we will get sodium chloride and second we will get sodium sulfate. Okay. When the sodium hydroxide is heated with ammonium salt, we will see that here ammonia gas is evolved. Ammonia gas is evolved. Now you will see that here KOH, that is known as caustic potash. Okay, it will show similar behavior as NaOH. जितने भी हमने रिएक्शंस NaOH के साथ किए वैसे ही रिएक्शन caustic potash भी शो करेगा. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स.